Coming up on the lakefront, OLLU mourns the loss of a longtime faculty member, see how the university is celebrating Black History Month, we introduce a Texas rapper, and hear the latest updates from our Saints athletics teams. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome to the Lakefront. I'm Chancellor Makanjuola. OLLU was sad to hear the loss of one of its faculty members, Robert Davis, who worked at the university for more than a decade.
A poster adorns an empty office which belongs to Robert Davis, a beloved advisor who was part of the OLLU community for more than a decade.
This is something that we put together after he passed away. We had a little prayer service, and we actually, if students want to come by and sign, or faculty, or staff even, they're more than welcome to, because we want to go ahead and give this to the family also when they come and pick up his belongings.
For those who worked closely with Davis, his loss was especially hard to bear.
Robert had a great heart. He was a funny guy to be around, and he was just a fantastic father. And I can't say how much he's missed and he's loved at this department, and we'll always miss him.
He was always willing to help. He was the first one to volunteer again. He was the first one to care about the students. I mean, he was one of the first persons that a student would see at times, and he was always trying to do the best for the students. They came first.
He was just an amazing individual, and I personally think that the university needs to have a Robert Davis Day or a Robert Davis Appreciation Dinner, call it after him, because I only knew him from a staff perspective, but I can't even begin to imagine the impact that he had on students' lives as an advisor, because he advised a lot of students on this campus, and he was here for 10 plus years. So the impact that he had on student lives, I can not even begin to imagine.
He had a passion for what he did. He loved working with his students. He'd make sure that they get what they needed to graduate. And, I think that's how we're going to remember him, is just, his passion and his love for what he did.
Robert is the reason I completed my undergrad here at Our Lady of the Lake, and also why I'm registered for my MBA. He always said that you could never get enough education and that it would always pay off. He was a great person, a great dad, a great friend, and he really promoted community here at Our Lady of the Lake, and we're going to miss him.
Reporting for the Lakefront, I'm Maria Elena Cruz.
Thanks, Maria. And we send our condolences to the Davis family. February is Black History Month, and all month long, OLLU has been hosting events honoring African Americans and opening discussions about current race relations in the U.S. The Saints Production Board hosted its annual Living in the Hyphen event in the PWSR, where the OLLU community got a chance to learn about issues affecting African Americans in today's society.
Some of the many things that I actually got from this was the struggles that we actually have been going through in past history, events during riots and segregation that's still alive today, and a lot of people are still subject to that every single day, and unless we are able to actually rise above that and make change ourselves, then nothing's really going to change.
It was important for me to come to Living in the Hyphen because anytime there's a forum where people are openly able to speak in a safe space with a diversity of individuals that have all came together to figure out one cause, to really look at one marginalized group and dissect what is really going on? What's the things that happen that we scoot under the rug? And why are these issues happening? I believe it takes one person to stand up, but it takes a group to make a change. And unification comes through diversity. And so to know that our university was providing us an opportunity to have a space like that, it would almost be, to me, crazy not to be here at Living in the Hyphen.
The main thing I took away is how deep racism still lives in America, and maybe a little bit of all of us today, and how oppression is really played out in our society.
Well, this is the third Living in the Hyphen event that we've been involved with, and one of my biggest takeaways just in general of thinking about it for 3 years is how much growth we have had as an organization putting together these events for Black History Month. We also do for Women's History Month, and for Latino Heritage Month. But tonight was really, really very powerful. So the collective consciousness raising of our community is growing. It feels more powerful. I felt like students were more engaged and willing to share more of their stories. It made me feel very, very proud. And to me, what my big takeaway is our need to continue the work, to continue to engage, to support our student voices, and to support their desire to give back.
The Oscars were held this past Sunday with some big wins and surprising moments. Despite the Oscars So White controversy last year, several African Americans were nominated for their hard work in the film industry. Mahershala Ali took home the award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Moonlight, while Viola Davis won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Fences. The film Moonlight also won for Best Adapted Screenplay, and after a slight mix-up towards the end of the show, Moonlight also took home Best Picture. The Oscars weren't the only big event happening on Sunday. OLLU hosted another event in the PWSR in honor of Black History Month. The OLLU community got a chance to participate in a praise and worship service from the Tremont Temple Church. Here's Justin Chapman with more.
Hi, I'm here at the Gospel Experience where the Tremont Temple Choir will be performing in honor of Black History Month. So, what is the importance of Black History Month to you?
Man, Black History Month, man, it's really hard to put it into words. I think history in itself is important in any genre or any walk of life. But in particular, Black history, for me, I've always been taught that you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. So history, Black history is definitely important. It's who I am. I mean, it's where I come from. It's where my ancestors came from. So it's very important to me.
And what called you to come to OLLU to do this service and bring all of your beautiful choir here?
Oh man, Black history, man. Just loving who you are, just the essence. I mean, I just love OLLU. A couple of our members, they're graduates of OLLU. So I guess I'm a alumnus. I'm grandfathered in as far as being an alumnus, But I love OLLU. People from OLLU have supported our church. So listen, I just cannot say no when given the invitation. I'm humbled and honored just to be here. I'm kind of aware of the history of OLLU. So listen, I just love being here. I'm excited about being here.
And that was a beautiful sermon from the pastor, and we were glad to have your church with us. We hope to see you again next year. This is Justin Chapman reporting for the Lakefront.
Thanks, Justin. And if you would like more information on upcoming university ministry events, then please contact Gloria Urabazo or Brian Hajovsky. After the break, Lakefront reporter Ida Hernandez brings us the latest in local entertainment with her Artist Legit segment. And we hear from the Celrico manager on the new cafeteria dining hours. Stay tuned.
Vista wants you. Your future belongs to you. Make your education yours too.
In honor of Black History Month, OLLU hosted a Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream open mic event where students got a chance to show off some of their poetry skills and featured a spoken word artist. Here's Ida Hernandez with more.
Thanks, Chancellor. Missouri poet Louis Conphliction was a featured guest for the event, and I got a chance to speak with him to learn more about his work.
You are tuned in to Artist Legit. I'm Louis Conphliction, spoken word artist from St. Louis, all the way out into San Antonio, trying to spread that love.
Pardon me, sometimes it's hard for me to be straightforward, but I've never been so moved to say hello, 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 or hi to you, not trying to frighten you. I saw you leaving, and I thought I'd be a fool to let you go. You go if I could just get your name and maybe we'd exchange contact information. We can have a conversation, take as long as you need. Just call me when you're free, and girl, I'll be waiting.
A little bit about me. I'm a spoken word artist from St. Louis. I started doing poetry on a whim out of nowhere. One of my mentors at University, Missouri, St. Louis, asked me to host an open mic. And it ended up being one of the longest running open mics in St. Louis, so I stepped into really big shoes. After being there for a while, a couple of the mothers, the elders, came to me and they were like, "We know you can write," because I would like freestyle and make little funny jokes and things on the stage when I was hosting. So they came to me like, "We know you can write." And I'm like, "I'm not a writer." And they're like, "You're gonna write us a poem. You're gonna write us a poem by next week." And I was just like, you get like 6 elders around you telling you what you're gonna do. The mothers of the like poetry scene in your city. What you gonna do? Tell them no? I wasn't. So I started writing then. I wrote them a poem, or I wrote a poem for them. And after I did the poem, I was really validated by how I was able to connect with the audience and how I felt differently about the communication. It was more of an interaction, but less of an actual communication to me. And the rest is pretty much history. I started doing it, and I've been doing it for about 7 years now. Louis Conphliction here. You are watching Artist Legit. I am so thankful for being here. Thank y'all so much for having me all the way out in San Antonio. I've had a phenomenal experience. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at LouCon3. That's LOUCON, the number 3. Or you can follow me on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook, fan me on Facebook at Louis Conphliction, and that's LOUISCONPHLICTION. I appreciate y'all. Peace and love.
I also got the chance to speak with Texas local artist King Tonyo. Check him out.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy King Tonyo, man, coming live, the official tone setter. Everywhere I go, set the tone. You know what it is. My background, I was born here in San Antonio, but I was raised in Houston, actually. My dad and my mom split up at an early age, and so I spent a lot of time, going back and forth from Houston to San Antonio. When I first started even thinking music in San Antonio, I was like, I gotta get out of here. But at the end of the day, it's a big community, it's a big population, so if I touch half the people that are here, or even just, 70% of the people that are here, I'm good. That's how I look at it now. I mean, it's growing. Shout out Robbie Raps, another artist that I work with a lot. There's a couple other artists that I'm thinking about working with, but San Antonio's growing for the most part. Any advice for up and coming artists? You're gonna run into people all day. I make this, I make music, I do this, or man, you should try this, or are you sure you don't want to go to a job, or you should go to college? Man, at the end of the day, if you love doing this, you can wake up every day and it not have a check in your pocket from doing it, and you're still happy. Keep pushing. So any up-and-coming artist, man, if you really love it and you really want to pursue music, make that your focal point. Like, I want music. And understand that there's going to be hard times. There's going to be hardships. There's going to be times where you broke. There's going to be times where they doubt you. There's going to be times where you got writer's block, or you feel like you can't come out with that song, or you need to do more, or you need to do this. Just continue to push and believe in yourself and the core people around you. Keep them close. You'll go far. You'll be fine.
If you want to learn more about any of the artists featured in this week's segment, head over to our Facebook page at The Lakefront TV to see the link to their social media pages. That's all for this week. I'm Ida Hernandez. Back to you, Chancellor.
Thanks, Ida. And be sure to tune in to our next newscast to see more local artists on the rise here in San Antonio. Aside from local entertainment, another thing students can look forward to is being able to eat good food at a later time. That's right. With the help of the Student Government Association, Sister Annie B's cafeteria will now be open until 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday to accommodate students' class schedules. We talked to the Celrico manager about how business has been since the change.
I think people are really starting to get the idea that, hey, we're open later now. So business has actually been picking up, and as I said, the first 2 days were slow, kind of rough for us on that. But we're definitely picking up numbers, and we're starting to see some of the volume that we were anticipating. which has definitely been a nice blessing. A lot of the Blue Nation's schedules shifted this semester, whereas many people were, having classes that got out at, earlier times. Now, these classes are getting out a little bit later. So, and then also hearing reports that there were people, not being able to eat because of the conflicting, they have class at, 6:30 and they don't get out till 9 o'clock. So because of the voice of the Blue Nation kind of saying, hey, we need extended hours to be able to, get a hot meal in. That has definitely been what was our deciding factor.
If you have any questions or concerns, or would like more information on Celrico dining services, then please contact Justin Blankenship. After the break, PJ and Katie bring us the latest in OLLU sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PKSN with less news
and more action.
My name is PJ.
And I'm Katie. We've got an exciting update for you this week as our spring sports are sprinting down the court.
We'll start with our men's basketball for our update as they played 2 games this weekend and Saturday was their senior night. On Friday, they played against LSU Shreveport, which is ranked number 12 in the NAIA, and walked away with a win of 69-75. Saturday was a big whiteout game for men's senior night. OLLU basketball fans came to help cheer on the seniors, Joe Jackson, Devon Hill, Michael Hagan-Daniel, Alan Wilter, and Kellen Sweetwine. This was an important game for the men as they played the number 1 team in the NAIA, LSU Alexandria. It was such an exciting game, and our men gave it their all. They ended up losing the close game with a score of 72-79. But this is only potential. It shows that our men can handle the top and are ready for the conference tournament. The men have finished the regular season of 12-6 in conference.
Our women's basketball team also played this weekend and achieved 2 wins. OLLU's Jessica Montalvo aided the Saints in a 77-69 win over LSU Shreveport with a double-double on Friday at Maybe Gym. Friday was a hectic game as the Saints went back and forth with Shreveport, but as always, came out with a win. This win allowed the women to be claimed as conference champions. This is the 5th consecutive year that the women's basketball team has been named the Red River Athletic Conference's regular season conference champions. They finished with a 17-1 record for regular season. Great job, ladies. We can't wait to see those rings. Minner commented that he promised them 3 things. We're going to be intense, we're going to win, and we're going to have no drama because I have winners on my team and they know how to win. They're willing to sacrifice their egos for the team. Saturday was senior night for the women as well. Seniors Jessica Montalvo, Nakia Page, Alyssa Ward, and Chelsea Foster all celebrated their last game at OLLU. The seniors were able to relax during their games. They finished with a win of 110-67 against LSUA.
Both of our basketball teams have finished their regular season and are heading towards the conference tournament. We'll make sure to keep you updated throughout the conference tournament journey. Up next is baseball. Our Saints had an unfortunate weekend as they played at Texas Wesleyan University and lost all 3 games. On Friday, it was a close score of 6-7, and on Saturday, our men played a doubleheader. The first game score on Saturday was 4-6, and the second score was 0-6. Our men are looking for redemption as they play Wiley College this upcoming Friday and Saturday. The game on Friday is scheduled at 4 o'clock. On Saturday, the men will play a doubleheader starting at 1.
Softball went head-to-head with Hudson-Tillotson University last weekend. It came out to an even overall score as the Saints won 2 on Friday and lost 2 on Saturday. The Saints will travel to Hobbs, New Mexico next to play 2 conference doubleheaders against the University of Southwest on March 3rd through the 4th. Golf played their first day of the San Antonio Shootout yesterday and are continuing to play today. Our men's golf team is hosting the San Antonio Shootout with Oklahoma University. Make sure you guys tell them good luck. If you'd like to see them play, the tournament is being hosted at TPC San Antonio, the Oaks and Canyons course. This is a big tournament for our men as they are competing against the top teams in the nation.
Well, that's it for our update. Join us next week for a spotlight on our golf team.
My name is Katie.
And I'm PJ.
We'll see you in the stands.
That's all for this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to check out our new entertainment segment where JC and the gang bring you the latest in movies, games, books, and events happening in San Antonio. I'm Chancellor Makanjuola, and from all of us here at the Lakefront, thank you for watching.